We should have some fancy music or something like that to get this started with, but it's always the awkward intro, and nobody's here yet. So, anyways, just letting everybody kind of trickle in my awkward sitting here, just looking at everybody and looking at. There we go. We got Travis in here. We got Big Mitt. Hey, Mitt, what's up, dude? You had surgery, dude. You okay? I didn't even get the chance to reply to you. I've been kind of sick, or I have been sick, but there's our Canadian friend, Matthew Serzer, because I have to pronounce your name real good. There we go. Mike's in here, and yay, Foco. Welcome, everybody. Looks like I'm on here by myself. I better get some people on here, and nobody's going to want to just see me. Let me get what's on here. We got Bobble Full.
Was good.
I was in here just all by myself just chatting, realized I didn't invite nobody on the show yet. So
oh no.
I know. I was looking a little suspicious there.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, look, Last Dive Bar even made a special appearance. Look at that.
Hey, let's go.
Man.
Last Dive Bar's here?
Yeah, that's Last Dive Bar money right there, man. So they balling.
It's a big show tonight, man.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Bobblehead boys, what's up? Good. What's good, man? It's good to see you in here too tonight. Dang, look at all this. Dang, Mike's giving you crap, but Mark saying you're on time tonight.
we don't have baseball this week. We have it on Saturday, so
there we go.
I'm in the house, baby.
Everybody can hear me good? Everything okay? Everybody
yeah.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Mella's here. Look at that. I know LBG is in here.
At least it's not like last night.
Oh yeah, what happened last night?
When he moved?
Oh, that was Bobble Food. When he moved, it was pixelated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My bad.
Sorry. I got a color commentator here.
No, you're good.
Finish your homework, dude. Finish your homework.
I just had to remember. All right, so I think tonight, guys, I have the questions working. So if you guys ask questions in the little thing, I got rid of the badges for tonight. I can only do badges or questions. So I have the questions set up, I believe, tonight. And I already see Nick got one in here, so it seems to be working, which is great. So I'll try to put that up a little bit later. Anyways, let me introduce this Bobble Talk, everybody. I'm NorCal Nodders. You guys introduce yourselves.
I am the Bobbleful, and I collect anything and everything that bobbles.
And you need 6,533 baseball bobbleheads as of 2017.
Hey, don't remind me, bro. Don't remind me.
Bro, you got so much work to do.
I did them. Yeah, I'll go after. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. I'm Mark, 5'10" Bobbles, and I collect just A's and a little bit of Warriors.
Yeah, like a lot.
And I'm getting a little bit into WWE
and Jackie Robinson.
And Jackie Robinson, and really whatever these guys get me going with.
and he's a low key Dodgers fan.
Bro, you bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
Okay, I'm a little bit of a Dodgers fan.
Grab it.
Let's go.
You're grounded. You're grounded for the rest of your life.
I'm just a little bit.
Shut
I'm
up.
gonna
I
disappoint Travis. Got nothing.
At least you don't have to.
Yeah, and I only collect A's. That's right. I got no booty bobbleheads, nothing like that going tonight.
No, that's the. You know what? Yeah, I did a little bit of math on 6,000 bobbles.
Yeah.
And the math is crazy, bro.
I would imagine.
It's a lot. It's over 120K. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna take me years, bro. Years.
Like Sniper always preaches, dude. Patience, dude.
Patience, bro. Patience. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so what's up? What did we get this week? Anybody got anything want to show off?
I got a bunch of cool stuff. And it's funny. I was doing a bunch of the lives, so thank you guys for tapping in on the lives when I do them. And I've been having the worst of luck.
Yeah, dude, you got terrible luck.
The worst of luck. But I'm gonna start off small. I went to Dodger Stadium. Have you guys been watching? I've been going to Dodger Stadium. I picked up another bobblehead pin. It's a generic player.
Clean. That's nice.
So yeah, this one's cool. This one's chill. So I picked that one up, which is pretty dope. And obviously, we've been having a lot of bobblehead drops this month. I think it's for this month or whatever. I picked up the Walker Buehler bobblehead.
Clean. There we go.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. The Dodgers are stepping their game up, man. Like
I know.
the box and detail and everything. It's nice, bro. It's sick, man.
Yeah. So now,
Like
like you guys get hella bobbleheads and you hella nice bobbleheads. So like,
yeah.
really
And
not fair.
there was another one also. We got the Don Drysdale bobblehead that came out as well.
I like
This was
that.
actually this one actually was made in 2019,
Oh, okay.
which is crazy. So they held on to it for quite some
Hey,
time, which is
can you show that Walker Bueller one again?
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why. I think that like that tilt that he's got going on, like obviously that's how he throws, but I think that's a really cool feature of that bobblehead.
Yeah,
It also makes me nervous
yeah.
for people that are getting that thing shipped. But
Yeah. For real.
And Rafi even made a comment, bro. They even made the little slit on the booty. He has a little
So,
nice
booty
little booty too, man. Look at him.
Hmm.
You got a little junk in his trunk, man.
Very nice.
they got all the details.
all of them. And you know what's crazy? I've been stepping up my big head game up too, man. So I got a bunch of big heads that came in, some New York stuff.
The Matsui?
Yeah, I think so. Shit. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Then I have I showed this off last time.
Boo.
No,
Yeah,
who is
boo.
Boo.
Brian
Yeah,
Wilson.
that's what I thought.
Boo.
Yeah. And then as the infamous one that we all kind of had a laugh at is
TB12.
Tom Brady, his head fell off. I was like, holy shit. So
Yeah.
Boo, I think.
yeah, I've been like I said, I've been having the worst luck ever, man. And then these are pretty dope right here, which I enjoyed getting. These are shipped from overseas. These are actually from Japan.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
these are Otani bobbleheads are legit, man. So I was happy to add these to my collection, and not a cheap piece by far, man. They're some pretty expensive ass bobbleheads.
Those look really nice, though.
Oh, bro, the details are immaculate on it. The way that the bats sit on the bobblehead and everything, it's almost to perfection, bro. It's like they really care about the pieces that they put out there, so which is pretty cool.
That's so cool, dude.
Mike says Brady's head falling off was the highlight of his week so far.
Oh, bro. And then I got this one as well, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's tight.
Those are cool.
Yeah, this goes. Yeah, these are dope. These are dope.
Are you gonna get a second one to paint yourself?
So I had an idea with Grubbs. I haven't talked to him about it, so I'm gonna pick his brain on a couple things. So yes, I'm getting the second one.
Nice.
Yes. But that's it for me, guys. I have a bunch more crap, but I wanna go ahead and turn it over to you guys.
Mark, you got anything good?
Bobbleheads tonight.
It's quiet. Huh? Do your homework. You want to go next, Rob, or you want me to?
Go ahead. I don't have too much tonight.
Okay. Do you want to show them? Okay. Can you wipe the chip grease off your hands before you touch my bobbleheads? All right, come here. Show everybody what you got.
Yesterday we got this.
So we got this. This is an SGA from this season that the Warriors did. Actually, it's not an SGA. It was a special ticket. It's commemorating Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game and Steph Curry becoming the all-time franchise points leader. So pretty cool. I like the size. I like that they did like the size differential.
That's hella cool
On this one, and I like the details.
Nice.
That's shoes. It's pretty nice.
That's hella nice, dude.
So that's that one, and then this one.
We got birthday Steph.
This is done.
Nice.
This is the Warriors G League team, the Santa Cruz Warriors. They always put out some really good bobbleheads.
That's creative.
So this was done on his birthday, and he's popping out of a box. So no, we're not going to show this. Show the baseballs, and then hold on. There's a question on who manufactured. Sniper, the birthday one doesn't say. It says made in China. Shocker. Both of them. So I would imagine it's the same manufacturer, but there's no stamp or anything.
Nice.
All right,
nice
and then
So,
hold on real quick before. And then I want to say, let me make sure he's in here. I want to make a special thank you. Sorry for my finger there. Is Andy Uriel in here?
He was.
He was. He's still here. Hi, Andy. I really want to thank Andy. Huge. Like, this community is so cool, man. Between obviously Rob and the stuff that he's hooked me up with, we're still waiting on a pre-order, but as soon as Bobble Foo met me and found out that Hudson was a Rams fan, it was right around the time they won the Super Bowl. He sent me some money to purchase Hudson a bobblehead of his choosing, so we're waiting on that to come through. Just like super cool. Bobble Sniper has hooked Hudson up and me up with a lot of stuff. Just the community is amazing. I'm forgetting somebody, so I apologize. But this a couple weeks ago, who? Oh, Foco.
Foco.
Yeah, for sure. Foco hooked me and Huddy up with the LeBron Bugs Bunny, and just super cool. You know, like, you know, it's really, it warms your heart. Hold on, I'm telling a story. You're taking all the heartfelt.
This warm heart.
Yeah, bro.
Right here.
Relax. Chill. All right. So, anyways, a couple weeks ago, I get a DM from Andy, and who we had on he was our very first guest, amazing guest. And he asked for my address. He wanted to send some stuff to Hudson, and we got it late last week. Hudson wasn't back with me until one day on the weekend when we opened it. And so, yeah, show him what you got, dude.
So
Come through.
I got some balls. I got Jim Palmer.
Autographed Jim Palmer baseball.
Damn.
Woo!
Hall of Fame Jim Palmer. I labeled them, Andy. But they all came in these cases, like, super cool. Like, I can't even tell you how much it means to me. And Hudson's doing some research on these guys now to find out who they are. So, okay, who's that one?
Johnny Vandermeer.
Johnny Vandermeer. What did Johnny Vandermeer do? What was he famous for?
He was famous for 2 games in a row not having a no hitter.
He's the only player in Major League history to ever throw back-to-back no-hitters.
Damn.
Wow.
Right there. From Andy. Keep
That's
going.
great.
Wow.
You had to get a chip in between. You couldn't wait. Show him.
Bob Lemon.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have some research to do on that, but I do know he's a Hall of Famer.
And Rick Farrell.
Rick Farrell.
There we go.
I don't know why he's not a Hall of Famer. From everything I looked up, the guy's like 8 or 9-time All-Star. Had a career in managing and front office. Like, pretty cool. I think all of these guys, with the exception of Jim Palmer and maybe Bob Lemon, but I think he's passed away too. But just like, I don't know, man. So cool of Andy. So thank you so much, Andy, from the bottom of both of our hearts. We're going to figure out a way to return the favor. But that's so cool to help Huddy out with starting out his now baseball collection.
That's awesome.
Baseball collection.
That's sick, dude. Very
That's
cool.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. And he's gone. So your turn, Rob.
No, I just have one. I got one from an old affiliate from the A's guy. I forgot my other piece. I got the Marshawn Lynch from Toasty. He hooked me up from the hockey team. But I just got the Super Boost from Natural Sounds. It's a little. It's not even very recent, so I don't even know when it came out or nothing like that. But that's all really I got today to show off. It's kind of a mini, but it goes back to the old Nashville Sounds, the minor league for the A's before Vegas there. So
Yeah.
that's all I got. It's cool little piece. Though.
That's
Was
sweet.
was that while they were the A's affiliate?
Yeah, it's my understanding from my research. Yes.
Nice.
So,
Very
but
cool.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I forgot a couple things. I was so like trying to prepare for tonight's show with our guest that I left a couple things. So
I have one more. If you don't mind. So
Yeah.
Matthew was asking earlier about the Sean Green bubble doubles.
oh,
bobblehead or whatever. I mean, I don't really know too much about it, other than what I read on the packaging and the research that a little bit that I did.
Oh yeah.
And obviously I talked to you about it and well briefly and made by AGP, right? So they made I don't know, it was like for how many years were these coming out with these versions? It wasn't that long.
Yeah, I don't know how many years technically. I'm not real sure.
But yeah, no, this is a nice piece, man. It's nice, heavy. It's like the base is freaking huge compared to we'll say, I don't know, look, check it out to any other base, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Bobble Doubles were cool, man.
Yeah, these are sick. They're
And you were
like
gonna ask something about on the packaging on those. You were gonna mention something, but I forgot what you were gonna. I forgot to bring that up. I don't know what you were gonna ask.
I forgot too, bro, but I was saying like, I mean, we haven't had or showed any bubble doubles on the shows, since we started doing this. Which yeah, these are pretty cool, man. I mean,
yeah.
I actually got this.
All Disney ones are bobble though too.
Yeah. That's right. So I actually ended up grabbing this one because it was a open package, and I wanted to display this one.
Nice.
And now, obviously, the next one is the goal to get the one that's actually factory sealed or whatever. Which is
there's some variations on some of them. Like I have that Tejada that has one has a placard and one doesn't have a placard with his stats.
Oh.
So just FYI, I don't know, what the thing is on it, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm not even too sure about the Dodger ones either, man. I know it's Sean Green and I had to have it, bro.
Well, let me see. Everybody's here for the guest, and let me see if I can get our guest on. Are you guys ready?
Let's get it.
Let's see. Let's see here. All right, we sent the invite. So everybody, we got a real special guest tonight. I think everybody's ready to get talking on it. So let's see if we can get them to pop on.
Yeah, big show tonight. Big show tonight for sure.
Let me see here. So let's see if we get them on here. Hey, what's up, Matt? What's good?
Hey, how's it going?
Let's go!
Man, the man, myth, legend, all that, all wrapped into one right there, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rob! Like, look at all the bobbin heads you have behind you.
Oh, dude, and I took a pile of them off the wall because they're all yours.
Oh my God, though! Look at like how many bobbin heads do you have?
That's on that wall is about 350, 360 on that wall.
Hey, who does your dusting?
Yeah, man. I gotta find someone, man. I got a problem. I got a problem for sure.
That's crazy. You guys are crazy.
Well, yeah, dude.
You can say that again, man.
We got people like you making like these sweet pieces and stuff like that, dude. It's hard. We keep finding something new and everything else. So, it's just I don't know, man. So, what's good, man? How's things going?
Good. Just busy. Had a busy day. Just tried to get a little bit of stuff done in my yard too. It was the first sunny day in a while, so always lots to do. So yeah.
I know.
I can't always paint, right? So
yeah.
Well, you can.
Yeah, trust me. Lately, I've been so like sitting so much that your lower body gets so stiff, eh? So I definitely need a hot tub. That's what I need.
Hey, that's the answer right there, man. Sell a few more of them custom pieces, man. You can score yourself a nice hot tub.
That's actually, I mean, we got a lot of questions to get to, but that's actually something interesting to touch on either now or at some point. But like, I mean, I could like what you do, hand painting everything is, I mean, there's not much difference between like that and being a dentist and having to be like hunched over looking in someone's mouth all day. So I'm sure that it puts a strain.
Yeah, it's a strain on the eyes too, eh?
I'm sure.
I'd look much younger if it wasn't so much detail painting.
That's awesome.
So getting started. So when did you start getting into this? When did all this kind of transpire and everything?
Yeah, like around 1994, I actually I was at my mom's house in Aldergrove and BC, and I went to a thrift store. I took it to a thrift store, and I discovered like an old BC lion bobbin head. Okay. And of course, this was done in Japan in the 60s. And I looked at it and I just go, wow, it'd be something because, at that time there was really nothing around, especially this area, that was like any kind of it was hard to find any type of bobbin head. So I thought, what a great idea, maybe try to do something with this. So took me about a year, and then actually the first first bobbin heads I ever did were football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the BC Lions too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So those were ones you made that you sold and stuff like that. So those are the beginning then of all this kind of thing then.
Yeah, totally. And like when I first started making them, I had no idea I was actually going to hand paint the logos, especially like on the helmets.
Yeah.
So I was going to use stickers and then present them to the Lions, and maybe I could get some sort of a contract. Then I started dabbling in the logos, and I found that hell, why use a sticker if I can actually hand paint this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but you've always been crafty or whatever. I mean, so you were a painter before that, even though, right?
You know what? When I was a kid, when I was like a young kid, I grew up in a family of 6. Well, so we didn't really have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And all my sisters and brothers were older than me, but I just said, why not just start making pennants and logos and stuff like that myself? So I would, especially with Major League Baseball, I made all the logos, and I hand drew them and put them in actually felt, and then I put them all over my wall. So I kind of like made my first pennants. Oh, yeah. So so like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can go out and buy it, except for I didn't have the money, but
right.
Yeah. So I started at a young age. Like I was really doodling and doing different things in school. 6, 7, 8 years old. So yeah, it just came naturally to me to actually hand paint, or actually back then it was hand draw and color different things, right? So
yeah, it's amazing. The detail and the skill that you have is unreal, man. I mean, that's what always blows me away, because I can see your pieces about I know they're like you said, they're bobbleheads and whatever else, but they're art, what I mean, to me. And that's this, and I remember kind of getting in when I first got my piece stuff. I was very excited because you didn't do a lot of A's pieces back in the day. I mean, I've come across one. Somebody mentioned there might have been 1 or 2 or something like that. And so when you first originally started, so people kind of, why are you so excited, around me and stuff like that? And I said, just because they're different. It's just a whole unique type of thing. And so, and then once like I got Mark kind of hooked, I said, hey, you got to see these things. Like, these are like amazing. And then once you get one, it's different, and it's just a whole different thing. So.
Yeah, well, I think with each piece, it's when you hand paint it, you kind of just put all yourself into one, into a figurine. So, and especially now, you know what I mean? Like each piece, it's like they're almost my kids. I feel bad that they're actually leaving the house and having to go someplace, but.
look at you put the Coliseum on the base, man. I mean, it's just like you.
Yeah, I love these stadiums. Like for me, everything, like when especially it comes to baseball, it's the old ballparks. You can't beat them.
It's amazing. It's amazing to me. I'll let you guys have questions. I'm dominating the chat, so sorry.
So I have a question. When did you start switching over to baseball stuff? I know you say you started with football and all that.
I started with football, but like the football was the first thing that I actually concentrated on, just because it was kind of like I bought the BC line figurine that I found, and I said to myself, why not try to redo this? So I did it. But then once I did that, then I discovered that baseball is really the sport that I really love. And the logos and I'm obsessed with old stadiums. So when it comes to painting the stadiums on the bobbin heads, it's just something that like comes natural to me. And like it's the old ballparks. I that's one thing, especially in hockey too. I wish the old like the old stadium, Chicago Stadium, Boston Gardens, they have such such great, like outstanding detail and mystique about them that you just can't beat them. And I like I know that a lot of like these days they build stadiums. It's a lot of it is corporate boxes and everything. But I think to keep the old natural stadium is it's where it's at. And like even in Oakland, like the Coliseum. I mean. What year the Coliseum must have been built, like what, in the 60s, right?
Right.
60, 65, I think it was.
That's what I thought.
And I know it's not like probably, upgraded like to most stadiums, but like I tell you, the history that it's got in it, you can't beat it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So
Yeah.
with when you started with the football bobbling heads, did you sell those off as well? Did you keep them in your collection, or?
Well, the football ones, actually, the first thing that I did was with the BC Lions, and actually, it's funny because actually they sold most of the ones that I had, but I did keep a couple of originals. Actually, my mom had the first one, and then my brother had the second one. But a lot of the stuff that I did early, like I've got a few early pieces, but I can't keep everything. If I did, I would just just have no space for it, right?
You start looking like my wall back here. If you...
Well, yeah, exactly. And it is a lot. Like when you're making them, and I mean, a few of the quality pieces that I've made in the past, sure, a few of them that I have kept, but you know what? When I see what it brings to people, especially the collectors, and they appreciate just the detail and the quality put into it, I would almost rather somebody else enjoy it than myself.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's my stuff, but at the same time, people, if they really enjoy it, I mean, it does me good. But hey, you know what? I can always make another one, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sweet shirt you got on, though.
Oh yeah, the goalie mask. Well, yeah, that's like the goalies that I do, the Bobbin head goalies. I do very few of them, but I sure love to do the old masks.
Oh yeah, I love your hockey bobbles. They're sweet, man.
They look amazing.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So Matt, where does the name Catman come from?
Well, like in I grew up in Surrey, BC. Well, actually, in Surrey, there's a place called Wally. It's actually even a smaller district. And you probably heard Wally Little League Baseball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's where I'm from. I'm from Wally, right in the heart of baseball. And I used to go to like all the Wally Little League games and stuff like that. I grew up in Wally, and in 1976, 77, my dad got a job up in Prince Rupert. It's like northern BC, northern British Columbia. So we went up there for a year, and I actually had to live in a fifth. I don't know if you know how small a fifth wheel is.
Yeah.
Actually, I lived with my parents in a fifth wheel for a year.
Okay.
So that was like an experience in itself.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. especially going from grade 7 to 8.
Oh yeah.
You're growing. You're growing.
Yeah. So when I went up there, the first thing that I noticed, you guys are going to love this, but the first thing I noticed, I went to Booth Memorial. It's a school up in Prince Rupert, and it had about 1,500 students. But the first thing I noticed is one of the guys had an Oakland A's helmet on. And this was back in 1977. And I thought, like, wow, that's so cool. Right. So I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to like it here for a little bit. Right. We stayed there for a year, but I went golfing with my brother-in-law, and he started the golf pro at the golf course started calling me Matt the Cat, and then my brother-in-law started calling me Catman. So it was only fitting that I just stuck with the name and made it Catman's.
Yeah,
So,
I love it.
That's a good story.
cats too. So
I love the logo.
That's awesome.
People want to see what you have in the background, man. They want to see what do you have on the wall.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I talked to you guys yesterday, but this is like the Pacific Coast League that I just did.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So amazing. I love that set.
1961 era.
Oof.
Yellow Spokane and Tacoma.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Is that Tony Gwynn?
I did a Hawaii, and and of course I got my hockey.
I love the faces on the hockey guys is awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually was going to do a project with one of the larger companies, but I made these Seattle Metropolitans bobbin heads.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
really cool.
Yeah, the original, the goalie, and the old
Crazy.
the old custom stance.
Those are crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're really cool. I really like it. It's like 1916. So, but and then of course, you know, I love the baseball. No,
Yeah.
I did these two, Willie Stargell and Dave Parker.
I love those.
That's awesome.
Wow.
The Cobra.
Those are beautiful.
And then of course you go on to here, and I got my Oakland A's.
There
Yeah,
we go.
baby.
Oof.
That's what we're talking.
Oof.
Is that Vida up front?
Wait, what? Let me see.
It's you mean
What?
Dave Stewart?
Oh, Dave Stewart. Okay.
You know what? It's funny. Yeah, that that's another one I have not done is a Vida Blue.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
That would be really unique to do, but and then of course I got my my goaltenders. I've only done a few of those.
Wow, those are figurine, those statues, right? Figurines?
Yeah, they're your They're 12-inch statues.
They're crazy.
Holy smokes, he made
So
Yeah.
they're they're a lot just to put together work. So and then of course you got the goalies.
Yeah, the goalies are awesome.
Yeah, man. Holy heck.
Yeah, I love doing the goalies, and then I did a couple of Team Canada soccer because you know, we were kind of really pumped in Canada about soccer because we've had nothing but like really bad soccer teams forever.
Well, U.S. hasn't done too great themselves, so.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Blackhawks piece is incredible.
Yeah, that Blackhawk piece is insane. Yes.
awesome.
Holy hell.
I see the Blackhawk piece.
He's gonna show it. Just watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then I did, of course, I did the Chicago Cardinals, the football. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
right. So, and then I did that Ken Dryden. That's
Sweet. I love that piece too.
But you know, it's like, yeah, just.
He's like something like, something just
Yeah, there's something to do on the weekends, right?
Well, yeah, you know what? It's my life, but you know what? It's something that I love to do. So when you love to do something, you don't mind doing it. Like it's like when I'm not doing it, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
How many think you made? How many think you've made?
You know, it would be really hard to put a count on it because I've done a lot, like for minor leagues too,
Okay.
and kids like that. So
Okay.
you know, like over the years, I mean, I've been doing this since '94. So you know, we're coming up on what 28 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, or is that even? Yeah, that's right, 28 years. So, you know, probably getting into maybe a few thousand anyway.
So I'm gonna post a question on here, but I'm curious too. Do you actually collect any bobbleheads too?
Well, I used to be really like of course the ones from the '60s,
Okay.
hockey and the baseball. But you know what? You know, as time goes by, you know, like a lot of my stuff I've had to leave in storage too. Like I'm a big like I love sports, you know, like memorabilia, like pennants, pucks, sticks. So I do have a lot of stuff in storage, but you know, it's getting to the point in my life where, you know, like how much am I going to actually store? And, you know, right. So it's, you know, it's something that, you know, I love to collect like you guys.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
get to the point where I wish I had more room right now.
Yeah.
Because where I live, I just don't have the room.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, you know what? I'm still a young guy. So, you know, maybe one day.
There you go.
For sure.
I got a question for you. So I brought a couple of my favorite. I have 5 of your pieces here, but I brought a couple down
Nice.
for display. This is Dennis Eckersley. And my question is, so we spoke the other night, you know, on the phone briefly, and you're like, obviously you're like you're a student of the game, of all sports. I was really impressed with like your knowledge of the A's. I thought that was cool. So when I got this, all I did was order a Dennis Eckersley. Like there was no other. Everything about this piece is purely your doing. And I noticed like he's in the road gray uniform. You hand painted. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but the '89 World Series logo,
Wow.
Battle of the Bay logo.
Oh yeah, Battle of the Bay, yeah.
And then the elephant logo at the time, you put that on there as well. Like what? I mean, like I was so happy when I got it because I'm like, oh my God, this is like everything and more. Because the A's won the World Series in their road gray uniforms at Candlestick Park. It was a sweep 4-0. Just gonna throw that out there.
Nice. Hey, well, that's the year of the earthquake too. Right?
Yeah. But it's like this piece when I got it, it was like everything I could possibly have imagined that I would have asked you for, but you did it. So when you get orders, like what goes through your head in terms of like the creativity and what you're gonna put on it?
You know what? When I get an order or I start a new piece and I don't know exactly what I'm gonna put on it, it just comes to me naturally what I think the piece wants, what I think the piece like needs, like on the base, and just the colors and just the colors to make it pop and make it like so original, right? So yeah, it just comes to me, and I think for me, I know what I would want if I was collecting, or I was buying a bobbin head. So I think what I put on it is what I would want. So to do it is just just an expression of myself going like, hey, this is what needs to be on it, and you know what, this is what I love, and this is what I love to do, and it just, like I say, it just comes to me natural, and and most of the time it really works out real well. So.
Yeah. I just want to show this one more that I have down, just, and maybe you can talk about what went into this one, but this is Ricky Henderson.
Oh yes, okay.
So you put the neon gloves on there.
Yeah.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, yeah. Yeah.
And my favorite part of this whole bobblehead, I don't know how well you guys can see it on the screen, but these glasses are not painted. So his eyes are painted on there, and then there's this clear piece of like rose-colored plastic that goes over it, which is Ricky wore glasses that color, and also you can see his gold chains hand painted. Just a gorgeous piece.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. And that's Ricky though, right? That's Ricky. That's Ricky with his glasses. I really try to get a feeling for and the color when I do the shades to just get like the tint right, the glasses right, and like the gloves. I mean, they're so flashy, right? I mean, like I say, to me, Oakland is definitely one of my favorite teams to paint. It's just the colors are phenomenal.
No, I love it. You did the catfish, and you put a catfish down.
Yeah.
I love it.
It comes to me. Hey, he's catfish. He's got to have a catfish on the base, right?
I love everything about that. We're gonna ask you probably a few times, but are you taking orders, and how do people get a hold of you to take orders? I keep getting that repeatedly asked, so I just want to get that out of the way first.
Yeah, hey, thanks, and I really appreciate you guys. Like right now, I'm designing a few different things for a few different collector groups, but I'm always taking orders, for what people want and like what they desire, and I don't mind doing like a one of a kinds or something special, or even a bobbin head of somebody that or somebody that has passed, and you want a memory of them. I'm glad to do it, and I'm glad to bring attention to somebody's being that has been here, and or a memory for somebody. So anybody can get a hold of me at Catman Sports. That's CATMAN Sports @gmail.com. And like I say, just give me a short email. I'll get back to you when I can. And I'm glad to make anybody's dream come true when it comes to a bobbin head.
And I'll post your email in the thing. And I was getting bombarded with that question, so I just I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
one thing that I did want to mention is, and I don't, I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans. So I put in an order of three
What?
Catmans, and yeah, I put
That's
in an order of
shocking.
3 Catmans.
Shocking.
Yeah, right.
Shocking.
Yeah, that's
All right,
great.
so I have a couple special guests, and you guys have no idea what I had to do to get these special guests here with me today. I had to shadow box one of my good homies, Dodger Ralphie. I ended up losing. I had to do 113 burpees just to have these with me.
Oof.
So check this out.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Damn. That's
Yeah, looks familiar.
yeah, look at that.
Sandy.
Yeah,
That's
What?
awesome.
I-
man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super excited to get mine in.
I love that base.
Yeah, and look at this right here. Look at this. I love this. Is like I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the sticker.
Yeah.
I forgot to show
Yeah.
mine. I love this.
And here's the other one. Here's the other one.
Is it Catmans or Catmin?
Jackie. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jackie.
Yeah, this Jackie's and it's just remarkable.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love doing the Jackie Robinson. Brooklyn Dodgers. I mean, it's great to it's always great to do a piece of the Dodgers. I haven't done a lot in my life, but it's one of those teams that I think a lot of people just really remember. Before they came to LA, how they were in Brooklyn, and they meant a lot to the Brooklyn people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, these are some beautiful pieces, and I can tell you right now that you're gonna get a lot of requests from a lot of Dodger fans for more pieces that you may have.
Mike's not gonna like seeing this one, little Mickey Mantle one there.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that one's sexy right there.
Yeah, this is one of your old styles, right?
Right. Yes, that's
Got a
right.
broken head. I'm trying to fix it. I'm gonna get it to
That's
Mike.
Okay. Hey, send it back to me. I'll repair them for you.
No, all right, we'll do that then. I only have one A's one from back in the day. This is an old, I think, an Eckersley.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah. Cool. Hey, you notice the skin tone? It's so it's such a almost like a Japanese kind of color.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah,
You're right. Definitely.
Yeah. I used that early, and just when I first started doing them, just experimenting with the different colors of the skin and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's good to see those. I always like seeing the different older ones. So,
Well, and you did a ton of Jordans and stuff, and so I had this question on here. People asking, did you actually make some Jordans with real hair on them?
Jordans with real hair. I made Kobe's with the afro.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I don't remember doing Jordans with hair on them.
Okay.
But I mean, I would have to see it. But as far as Jordans with hair, I don't remember doing it. But you know what? I mean.
Oh no, it is Kobe. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there are Kobe's original releases. Oh yeah, I heard. I'm trying to read the question here. I don't know if he's talking about Kobe's or Jordans.
How many original Jordans are there?
Oh, I messed up the question. That's my bad.
Yeah, you know what? I would guess that I'd maybe be a total, because I did Air Jordans, and I did a few other different varieties of the Chicago Bulls uniforms. I did the black uniforms with the red stripes.
And you did Tar Heels too, I think. You think you did
I did Tar Heels. I did the USA. And I did, of course, Jordans in the red jersey and the white jersey. So, there's probably 200-300 Jordans out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember the Tiger Woods too. You did a handful of Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Tiger Woods were amazing to do. I mean, when he was on his hot streak in the early 2000s, that was like, it was incredible. I mean. Wow. I mean, talk about somebody that just dominated a sport.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like phenomenal. Everything was going his way, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. It was crazy.
We've never seen anything like that. Maybe Jordan, but I don't even think that.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Gretzky. Yeah. And, these days, especially in hockey, I'd noticed is that Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche. Wow.
Yeah.
Dominant. Talk about like a step ahead of most defensemen or players. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. No, by far. By far.
There's
Yeah.
another question right here. Are there any Red Sox or Celtics Catman bobbling heads?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's I did a few Larry Birds.
Nice.
Yeah, there's Larry Birds out there in the white jerseys. There's Larry Birds out there in the green jersey, and I'm not sure. I may have done even a couple of Kevin McHale's.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, not many, but maybe a couple Kevin McHale's. Yeah. So, but not many. And what was it? What was the other team you said? Boston and
Red Sox.
Red Sox?
Oh yeah. Well, like my favorite player for the Red Sox growing up was Jim Rice.
Oh, okay.
And Fred Lynn. Yeah. The 70s Red Sox. But yeah, I did a few Jimmy Rices, and there's a few Yaz's out there.
Oh
You
wow.
know,
Okay.
Yeah, I talked with Yaz's agent back in the day, well, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I made 5 of them. I mean, there's a number out of 5. They're signed by Yaz.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got one somewhere. His agent has one, and Yaz has one, and there's another 2 out there.
Whoa.
They're signed by Yaz, so that's
Wow.
a pretty special piece.
Yeah.
Do you have any other pieces that you've made for the professional athlete?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, like I met quite a few hockey Hall of Famers. You know, like Guy Lafleur, Maurice
Oh,
Richard,
yeah.
Henri Richard. You know, Norm Ullman, Frank Mahovlich, Pete Mahovlich,
Wow.
Steve Shutt,
Wow.
Bobby Hall.
Damn.
I've met a lot of the great Hall of Famers, and what I did, I usually gave them a piece of what I did, and they signed my piece, of course. But yeah, I've been fortunate to meet quite a few hockey legends, and some basketball when the Grizzlies were here. I wish I could have met more baseball, but living in Canada, unless you're in the East Coast, it's a little difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, meeting the legends of the sports it's fantastic, and I really enjoy giving them, a sports figurine of what I've made.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's another question that's asked. How long does it take from start to finish to complete one actual Catman piece?
It all depends how much detail each piece has in it, of course. But most pieces, they can take from 2 to 5 hours.
Oh wow.
Create. So it does take a lot. It's I look at some of the stuff that I've done and I'm just going wow, yeah, it does take a lot to create something, and especially something that's new, and especially something that's got a lot of detail. But like I say, once I get into my work, I just it just happens.
Can you kind of walk us through the process of what?
Oh yeah, of course.
What that is?
Yeah, better yet, I'll show you exactly the process.
Awesome.
Yeah, you had a video up of you doing it, right? I think on your page, I think.
Yeah.
I love.
Like I say, I've got my own little shop, which everything in here is kind of it starts out like the clay form.
Look at
Wow.
that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at
What I'll
that.
do is I'll take the clay, which is like the clay, and then I'll take the clay and I'll pour it into the molds. Right, pour it into the molds. Those are all my molds, different molds.
Holy
All the
shit.
different-
Wow.
Okay, I'll take the molds, and
Crazy.
then I'll pour it. I'll take it apart I'll take it apart. They'll come out, and they'll come out like in a clay form. And then once I get the clay form, I have to scrape it, clean it, and then sand it. And then once I do that, it goes in the kiln. And once it goes in the kiln, then I get, you get the product that's just the
Look at that. Look at that.
white
Wow.
raw product ready to paint. So yeah, so I've got a few on the shelf ready to go to paint.
Yeah, it's just the history in the making right there.
That's
Look at
awesome.
Holy hell.
this. The art
But,
is lined
Yeah,
up.
it's the hours that goes into just even making it to this stage. And then once I get it, of course, then I put it all together, and
Crazy.
and I'll get it. I'll bring it into where I start painting, and there's a few that I got to repair, but but you know what? It's a joy to do, and like I say,
Amazing.
And one thing that I've noticed that a lot of people had said about your work is that even the heads bobble like differently from everything else. What's the process with the spring? How do you make that? Putting that together?
I'll even show you like what I've done actually in the last couple of years is I've developed on how to make my own springs, because
that's crazy.
I got to it. Well, I had a hard time getting a spring that actually, like that I was satisfied with. So what I do,
wow.
You guys are gonna laugh at this. You ready?
Yeah.
So I'll take my spring wire. Okay, this is 18 gauge wire, and I'll spread it out. I'll get my snips. I'll cut it.
Awesome.
Is that your dog in the background?
Oh yeah. Once I cut it, I'll take it like this. I'll bend it, and I'll hand bend it around.
This is awesome.
No way.
Wow.
I'll bend it, and then of course,
that's it.
I'll have my spring.
Look at that.
Wow.
Bam.
So
that's insane.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, right? That mic drop right there.
Yeah, and what it is the reason I like to bend my own springs now is because then I can get that really good bounce. And
that's what everybody talks about. Everyone has always told me forever, you need to get a Catman just because the way that it bobbles and it's just like made on like onto the piece to perfection. And oh my God, wow, that's crazy.
It's just something a little extra that like I noticed that a lot of the giveaways and a lot of the ones that you buy, they're more or less they're bobble heads, but they actually don't really bob like the old ones do.
Yeah.
I think it's important for me anyway that it gives somebody that he gets a bobbin head that actually when you tap it, he actually bobs his head for like a good minute.
Yeah.
He's been going for a while. He's not stopping over here. He's been going.
Perfect. I love it.
Incredible, man.
We had a question. Have you ever created a bobblehead you thought would be a hot seller that never took off?
Yeah, like I'm really trying to think. You know what? There's one thing that I did create. I came out with this maybe about 3 years ago, and I really thought that these would be a pretty big hit because of just you don't see many of them around, and the older ones actually. They're very popular, but it's the old it's the coin banks. Like
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coin bank bought, okay?
And I like those too.
Yeah,
I like those.
I came out with these a few years ago, and I'm really surprised that that more people really don't like dig the coin bank, eh?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah. But that's. That's cool though. Like I say, coin banks are, I guess, maybe they're like a generational kind of thing, and like maybe the older collectors can appreciate the coin banks a lot more than like the new generation. Because I don't think many people put out coin banks anymore.
Nope.
I know, but that
change isn't worth anything, right?
There's a shortage.
Well, I think more people are afraid to damage the bobblehead than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's what the good thing is I have all the different sports. So if one sport is not busy, it's the other sport, right? So which makes it good. It's if I just had maybe one sport or two sport on the go, then maybe I wouldn't be as busy as I am. But having all the sports gives a variety of everything to everybody.
Yeah.
Those
old banks are cool. I remember those from
So Lorena just says she's never seen a coin bank bobblehead. I've never seen one either. So a lot of the minor league affiliate teams, they have coin banks, but the heads don't bobble. It's just a coin bank.
Right.
I haven't seen one either. So
the 60s had a lot of them.
You know, one team I love to do the Raiders, although I don't like to do them from going to Las Vegas, of course. But
Yeah.
I
Good man.
like the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't think I don't think I would do a Vegas Raiders.
You just earned so much more respect.
Yeah. You're like,
But it's the truth. I don't like when teams move. You tell a league. You know, they say the NFL is so high and powerful and everything. Well, why are you moving teams?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason for it. Right? So I'm against it. I don't like newer teams. I'll say it.
So you'll do a LA Raiders?
Yeah. No. Oh. Okay. I did like the LA Raiders because of Bo, but that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
There it is.
You like CFL? Do you like the CFL product a lot?
Yeah, I love the Canadian Football League.
Okay.
You know, like I say, I wish more people appreciated. Football's football, whether it's college, high school, NFL. There's only one NFL, but you know what? There's so many great college football players that have nowhere to go after university.
Yeah.
And man, why not come to Canada, prove yourself, and then you know what? Later on, hey, go to the NFL, whatever. But you know what? Football's football. And the CFL is a special league because it's been around for such a long time.
Yeah.
Been around forever. It's a good league.
And people are always kicking it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like is I don't like people kicking just because something's not the best. And you know what? For most people, the best is not the best. Hey, for most people, the best brings out the worst in people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're right.
To me, smaller is bigger than anything. I like the small leagues. I like the obscure kind of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best.
So that kind of ties into this question then. So being things that are obscure and how you go about making each individual piece, every custom. So this goes with this question right here. How do you decide how to number each piece that you have out?
That's cool. Well, you know what? Years ago when I first started, I thought that, my deal was when I first started was, I sold my pieces at a really, fairly cheap price. I used to do, when I first started, I did shows and I would sell my pieces from 25 to 50. And I figure I needed to put out 20, 30 pieces in order, just to make it, right? But now that, the years have gone by and, I really think about it and I think about what collectors really want is collectors want really low numbers and things. They want just a few of each.
Yep.
And maybe in some cases a lot, just one of one, whether it's the detail, whether it's the configuration of the piece, but, give collectors what they want, low numbers, a few pieces, change it up. Don't do nearly as many as I used to do. But like I said, I did a lot of minor league stuff back then too. So now it's just doing a few pieces of each, making each piece even more special than it ever has been.
I love that. I love that.
Yours with 40 or some of yours with 50 or whatever, they still, the value of your bobble, they hold like crazy.
Yeah, I wish I would have got that money out of
it. Right, you never get to see that. Well,
yeah, I never got to see that glory.
yeah, I only can imagine. Somebody on your reg really knows you guys because they ask you, and I think you mentioned the other day, your wife helps you paint. I assume Miss Gina Hirsch still help you painting. This person must know you really well because they even bring up, ask you if your wife helps you paint.
Yeah. You know what? My wife does help me paint.
That's awesome.
We've been together for like 37 years.
Wow.
1985 we got together, so it's we've been together a long time. We're partners. Hey, we've had our rough spots like everybody, but you know what, we're still together. She still paints with me, and it's funny, I get all the glory, but here's a picture of my lovely Gina, and that's us. That was us probably about 10 years ago.
That's wow.
Yeah, it's funny because we've got pictures of ourselves, after, 10 years of marriage, after 20 years of marriage, after 30 years of marriage. And you start to see, but actually, you know what, it's been pretty good because I think we keep each other quite young because we encourage each other a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it really helps rather than I know life can trust me, life can, grind you down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I mean, to be positive and be with somebody that's positive is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, because life's tough enough, especially the last few years, right? Hey, who your friends are the last few years, right?
That's for
Exactly.
This is true.
Exactly.
sure.
So you got a question, another one about did you make XFL, Catman? Bubbles.
Oh, the XFL I only made two, and they were the let me see, they were the geez, I'm trying to think of the logo. They were the the Rams came from St. Louis.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Battlehawks.
Wow.
Mm.
Man, you got some deep. These are some deep followers here, man.
Okay.
Deep
The St. Louis Battlehawks, I only made two of them. And those are the old.
Wow.
And then if you're talking about the older USFL from the 80s, I don't think I've made any of them.
Ooh, a Buccaneers with that old orange and red.
Oh,
that looks sweet.
That's a sweet piece. And you know what? I'm thinking about the Buccaneers, and I'm not sure that I even made one of it with the orange and the white because, when I first started, especially like in the 90s, the Buccaneers were like inconsequential.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Like,
Mhm.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, they came a long way, right?
They figured it out.
They got Brady too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That kind of helped out a lot.
Yeah.
Did you you got a question? Did you ever make any Chico Wretch? Oh yeah, from the Islanders.
Pico Resch, yeah.
Resch.
I think I've made two of them,
Oh really?
just two, and that's that blue mask with the NY Islanders. Yeah, Chico Resch. I remember watching him on the Islanders. There's. I'm just trying to think of the last few years. Yeah, I've only made two of those. So if you have one of them, cherish it.
He was back in the 90s, right?
Chico Resch was actually in the 70s.
Oh, that older than that.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
He was one of the first Islander goalies. Him and Billy Smith.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's a big pull right there. I didn't even know exactly who he was talking about. So that's
Glenn Chico Resch.
What's your favorite piece that you've ever made?
Well, I've been asked this a few times. Of course, like I really like doing the Wahoo. It means a lot to me to do the North, the native North American pieces. I've done the Wahoo in a few different styles. That is definitely one of my favorites. My also favorite is Mickey Mantle. Love to do the Mick and Red Sox. Like big Red Sox fan in the 70s. I remember watching them with my dad, but also the Oakland A's too mean a lot to me. So yeah, I love the colors, right?
You tend to make a lot of A stuff.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
We talked the other night a little bit about how it's such a shame that because you're up close to Seattle, and we talked about how it's such a shame the Sonics aren't there anymore, or any NBA team for that matter. But did you ever do a Gary Payton or a Kevin Durant when he was with the Sonics or anything like that?
I'm just trying to remember. I have done a few Sonics. I think, I'm just trying to think of who was the other big name Sonic guy in the 90s.
Peyton and Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp.
Yep.
There's a few Sean Kemps out there. I've done a few Sean Kemps. Basketball, besides Jordan, I made quite a few Jordans, but, and Kobe, there's a few Shaqs out there that I made with the stripes.
I think I've seen one.
Yeah.
One.
Oh, the Orlando Magic?
Yeah. Penny Hardaway.
Very cool.
Really?
Yeah, there's a few Penny
Wow.
Hardaway. But and there's of course Larry Bird. Maybe a couple Kevin McHale. I'm just trying to think who is the other who's the chief again for the Celtics?
Robert Parrish?
Exactly. Maybe a couple of Robert Parrish out there.
No Lakers, huh? No Showtime Lakers?
Yeah. No, there's Shaq. There's Shaq in the Lakers.
No Magic?
No Magic?
Couple Magic, yes, but not very many.
Huh.
Wow. We need more Laker stuff.
Fortunate.
How about
Yeah.
Kareem?
Kareem, maybe a Kareem, but like I'm thinking if I did a Kareem, it would be like maybe just a couple.
Okay.
I have not done a lot of basketball,
Okay.
so ball is one of the least amount that I've done. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of what else, and soccer too. Like very few soccer I've done.
But I've seen Pele. You've done Pele's before.
Yeah, and that, maybe a few Pelés and a few, maybe Brazilian players that I've done, Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, not a lot of not a lot of soccer either.
Yeah. So you had that break there for a while, and you came back, and you found it hard to get. I mean, the minute you popped up on Instagram, I was all over, like trying to get back and stuff. Do you find it hard getting back to? I mean, I don't know. I didn't know in the '90s. I wasn't collecting your stuff, so I didn't know much about it. And then you had that break for a while, and then you came back, and so how were people getting your stuff before? You know what I mean? Because they didn't have the internet in '94. Well, maybe.
Oh no. Well, there you go. I have to have a refreshment.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. When I first started, the only thing that I ever did was I did sports shows. That's it.
Okay.
So I did shows in Vancouver, and I used to sell my figurines, at the shows, and then I started to when the internet came about in '99, or for me anyway, eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I put my stuff on, and right away I got like just a lot of people wanting, different teams and different players, and that was really cool. So, for the next from '99 to 2004, I was really, really busy. So I got to a point in 2004, though, I was getting to the point where I was just getting burnt out of just constantly, making figurines.
Yeah.
In a painting. So I decided to take a break, and I took a good month off, went to the Okanagan. There's a place here in BC where it's really hot. So
Nice.
We went for a while, came back. I got a real job. I started, yes, I started working at Sears and at the Cross. I got a physical job and started working, and yeah, and then I became a truck driver for a couple of years, and then I got into a serious accident in 2009, and I was lucky to walk away from that one. It was it was a T-bone, and I was going down the freeway actually, and I got T-boned,
Wow.
50 miles an hour. So that was it was quite hard. So it took me 4 or 5 years to recover, and not to say anything, but it really kind of knocked the hell right out of me.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like when I got to recover in 2013-14, I went to Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
And I went to Jamaica. I seen where they filmed Dr. No, because I'm a big James Bond.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, License to Kill.
Right.
Yeah, so I went to Jamaica, me and Gina, and I kind of found the fountain of youth, and came back, and I worked a few more years, just trying to get back in the swing of things, physically, and I kind of forgot who I was. I actually even made figurines before.
Wow.
Like I said, the accident knocked the hell out of me, and then my wife is going through the internet in 2016 and 17, and seeing some of my figurines, and she goes, "Oh, your figurines!" And hey, did you know you got a group that that actually collects stuff? And I go, "Come on, who collects my stuff?" Right? Like I actually really forgot the amount that I made and the amount that I had out there of figurines, and then it kind of came back to me. And so Gina, my wife, says, "Well, you should really think about, think about making figurines again. Seems like they're quite popular."
Yeah.
And so I took one of my baseball ones, decided to make a mold around it, and I started to I did a show again, and I started showing a few people in 2017, 18. my stuff, and a few people bought my product because I didn't know, like, I didn't know like how I would be received coming back, after being away so long.
This is when you started coming back.
Wow, look at him.
Yeah,
it's the gold base, eh?
Gold base, that's awesome.
It's a generic one, but this is when you started coming back, and I got all excited.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. And so, and then I guess I had I was one of my friends that I know, Joe, was actually selling my product on eBay. He decided to sell a few of my figurines on eBay. And when he did, it got like a huge explosion.
That was
these are fake.
I walked away from that thing. I was not a fan of that whole situation.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that too.
My wife always says just the people that were saying that are just defending, your stuff. And I says, well, these people that are defending my stuff, they don't really know who I really am.
Right,
anyway.
right. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so it had to come to that point where I had to expose myself. I'm a pretty private person, right? I just had to expose myself who I was, because I don't think a lot of people knew who I really was.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, like back then, you didn't, your face and that. And if you saw me at a show,
yeah,
you wouldn't really know who I was.
Yeah.
So, but when I found out that I had a fan club, and I even, it was funny because I asked to join them, and they denied me. They didn't think that they didn't think who I was, who I really was, right? They thought I was an imposter. So I can understand, if you don't really know somebody, and all of a sudden, I think a lot of people thought I was dead.
Well, but that was the whole argument. It's like they were refuting it because your fellow selling was named Rifle something. They called him
Rifleman. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My buddy sells on eBay.
Yeah. And so they were hammering it and calling your Riflemans, not Catmans. And it's like, but nobody knew who you were. You know what I mean? To even get out there and say that you weren't doing it. So it's like, well, you can't just say that. Say it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and I think what it is just me coming back, not knowing exactly how to expose myself again.
Yeah.
And when people seen it, they're just going like, we haven't heard of this guy in a long time. So where the hell is this coming from? And but when after I exposed myself on Facebook and on Instagram and that, it all really smoothed out. And yeah, like I say, I hold no grudges or bitterness to anybody. I'm just appreciative of the people that collect my stuff, and that's the main thing.
And your buddy's really cool. I mean, he was just he talked to me first. He was on Instagram and stuff, and I talked to him forever. And he was talking about the A stuff, and he was just a great guy to talk to.
Yeah. He actually, it really helped me out, actually exposing my stuff again, because doing sports shows is one thing, but getting yourself on the internet is another. And he took quite a beating on what people were saying, and
he did.
Wow,
he took a lot.
I felt bad, so I definitely had to compensate him for this.
He got bashed pretty hard. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, importantly, what are you drinking there?
Oh, I'm actually having a Moosehead lager.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
The moose is loose.
There we go.
That's for our good friend Baseball Bobbleheads and Brews. He does a show where he talks baseball, talks bobbleheads, and then the brews as well.
And brews.
And brews.
What to do?
Well, when you're talking this much, you gotta have a refreshment, right?
Oh yeah, you get parched.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad that we talked about it, because that was just a crazy whole situation that I loved you coming back. I mean, I was thrilled when you came back. So
yeah, well, I think a lot of people too that collected my stuff too, maybe they didn't want me to make any more bobbin heads, or didn't think I was gonna, so they wanted to keep it kind of restricted. But they had no idea that I actually made a lot of bobbin heads before I even hit the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
the people that collected my stuff from say eBay around 2000, they had no idea on what I made before. Previous 6 years, and I did stuff for different shows and stuff like that. So,
So I know you answered this earlier in the show, but someone did ask earlier. Uh, out of everything that you made, did you at least keep one for yourself?
Well, I couldn't have made it. You know, if I kept every one that I ever made, I'd have thousands.
Yeah.
So it would be but I have kept some of the special pieces that mean a lot to me, and the people, you know, the things that like that I actually, were maybe big challenges to me, or took a lot of time. Yeah, I've collected quite a few of my pieces, and they'll stay with me and my family. But as far as collecting, or keeping it, one of everything, that would be almost impossible.
Yeah. Yeah.
This would be too much.
So what's the future? What are you going to do? More molds and stuff like that, or more custom?
You know what? Right now, I'm designing a few different things for some people in Kansas City, and I've got some new ideas of I want to, I'm coming out with actually a new baseball too. I showed you some of the raw stuff that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I will be coming out with some new baseball designs, and football. And I really want to kind of concentrate on the obscure teams that don't get a lot of love.
Yeah.
And
Oakland Athletics.
yeah, hey, I wish I was down there with you guys, especially in the stands, man.
Hey, I'm setting up a place for you to come down and hang out.
Anytime, just say the
I'll never
word.
leave. I'll never leave.
I got room for you.
You're gonna have helpers with you. I know you mentioned a story about your kids when we had a private conversation, and I think this is a opportunity for you to share how you would involve your kids back then in pouring into the molds and all that.
Yeah, well, when I first started, my son was 11 and my daughter was, she would have been about 7. And, when we first started the business, it was just me and my wife, and we were making, but then I slowly got my kids involved. I got my son and his friends actually pouring the figurines, the clay, and actually taking it out of the molds and actually cleaning for me. So,
Wow.
yeah, and it meant a lot to me because to get your kids involved in your business is pretty cool, and I've got pictures of actually them, helping me and working it, and so as the years went by, of course they got a little older and they got to be teenagers, and I was really thankful that we could actually work together for a while, as a family, and then when I stopped, it was like I say, it was a big transition the last the 10 years after that, for me, just go through life, and your kids grow up, and your kids have kids, and I've got grandkids now, so
The grandkids can pour now.
yeah, I've got 4 grandkids, so
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I'm a busy guy. Like I say, I'm 58 now, but the amount of stuff that I got to do, I got to be like 35 for the rest of my life, I think.
Yeah.
There ain't no slowing down. It's just like it's constant.
That's
So, which is a good thing though. Like I say, I love my kids and my grandkids, and so to be able to actually leave something like this for them eventually one day, and it will be awesome. Like
Right.
at least they know who their grandfather will and their father will be, right? So
And
that's kind of cool.
thousands
And
of people
Do your
know.
grandkids enjoy to paint with you?
Actually, they do, but they actually enjoy me painting things on their hands and their legs.
Cool.
So I'll sit there and I'll paint logos. My grandson Kingy, he likes the sharks. So every chance I get, I paint a shark, or and my granddaughter Sophia, she's big into octopuses and different things like that. So yeah, I keep them busy, and they like to paint with me, and I'll give them figurines to paint once in a while.
That's
too,
awesome.
So.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Very cool.
There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of questions like, what do you have to offer and stuff. I mean, like, do you have like inventory and stuff like that available? But what's the best way? Like, do you want people? You have an Etsy shop, obviously, but do you you want people just to email you, or how do you?
Sure, emails. catmansports@gmail.com is probably the best way, or even through Instagram. Is fine. But like I say, it's just I'm a people person, so I love people, and any way I can help anybody with something, I'm willing to do it.
And that's what I was gonna tell everybody. Like, the best thing to do is to talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You're that's the best thing to do, because we're getting questions like that football bank and stuff like that. You have anything unusual like that? But I'm gonna just tell them, like, they just need to talk to you, because
yeah, for sure. Yeah, just get a hold of me. Hey, I'm an easy person to talk to.
Oh, you're amazing.
Hey, nothing's too big and nothing's too small. And you know what? I like I say, I try to just make people, like when they asking for something, it just, if it brings a little joy to their life, that's fantastic, right?
No,
yeah,
amazing.
That's what it's all about, right? Sharing.
Oh, so, yeah, and what you make and what the stuff's all about is just it's impressive, and just it's something you hang on to. I'm gonna hang on to forever. So
for sure.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know. You guys got any more questions or anything? We're running a little bit long, but you're like one of the best guests this is amazing for everybody.
Hey guys, you know what? I just, for everybody out there, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the people that collect my stuff. I do what I do because I love it. It's not about the money, and you know what? Any way I can help with anything and make somebody's life a little bit like joyful, I'll do it. And I just appreciate, all the people that have helped me, especially in the last few years. It means a lot to me.
Oh, you're one of the best stories out there. A little bit of a mystery was to everything behind you prior to.
I sure wore my cape today.
I know.
Yeah.
Catman.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like I said, you know what? Anytime anybody wants to get a hold of me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I'm never too busy to, like talk to somebody and stuff like that. So
you're
awesome, man.
The nicest person to talk to by far. And so I just, anyways, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. You guys have any more questions or anything you wanted to ask?
Just one thing. I know we talked about it briefly, but Rob, Mark, and I, we have a good idea for a special Catman. So hopefully we can get that done sooner than later and share it with the world.
Guys, you know what? I will try to do whatever I can to make your dreams come true.
Hey, can you do it? Can you do a multiple base one, like 3 base?
I mean, anything's possible.
That's all I like to hear.
That's it.
Yeah, anything's possible. Just it's just time consuming, and but anything is possible.
That's all I want to hear. That's music to my ears right there. That's it.
That's right. Hey, if you want me to walk on water, I'll walk on water.
I just want you to get down here to an A's game. Really, that's all I care about.
Oh, it would mean the world if I could get down there one day.
I know.
Guys, man, I would love that.
I know.
Trust me.
It'd be the whole day would be a treat on me. But Mark, you got any questions?
No, I mean, I just want to. Well, number one, I want to save questions for the next time we have you on, because you're definitely you're definitely coming back.
Oh, you're coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, we can make this. Hey, we can make this an every Tuesday night event.
Okay, we're gonna get you back on for sure. This is an amazing thing.
We're like in a candy shop. But no, I mean, you just you mentioned just now about like you enjoy giving people fulfillment and making people happy, and I mean, true, like honestly, to everyone who's watching, like when Rob first showed me these, I was a little bit like, I don't know, it doesn't look like the traditional bobbleheads that I've been collecting for my adult life. When you get these in hand, they are so unbelievable, and they really do. They put a humongous smile on your face, and so I just want to thank you for coming on, A, and B, just for putting these in my home, and it's something that my son's gonna get at some point. So
that's I can't thank you enough. And you know what? I think most of the feeling about the bobbin heads is they're made of ceramic, and they're made like from the earth, and they're made by somebody that really gives a shit.
awesome.
And the springs are handmade.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right. Everything handmade.
I can't wait to get mine, man. I cannot wait until I get mine.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
well,
fantastic.
man, hey, thank you so much. I mean, this is unbelievably amazing to me and to us, and so yes, you're coming back. We generally only stay about an hour, a little bit over, but this is just an amazing thing. So I want to thank you sincerely for joining us tonight. Huge deal. So
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your support and everybody out there. I really
yeah.
appreciate
All right.
Be well. Thank you.
Yeah.
it.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank
We'll talk to
everybody
you
for
guys
joining.
soon.
I'm gonna put all your contact information, your email, and everything on there, and I hope you're probably gonna get flooded with orders, I'm sure. So just a warning.
Thank you, my friends. I really appreciate it.
Hey, we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, all the best. Take care, guys.
All right, thank you.
Take care, man.
Peace.
Bye bye.
See you soon.